Thank you. Another General Secretary, the Assistant General Secretary of GAWU. And like Comrade Hardy, I want to thank you all for coming out here this afternoon. I recognize this area is not only sugar workers live here, but people of from all different areas. And I want to tell you, comrades, that whether you work in the sugar industry, whether you're involved in the sugar industry, or whether you're not involved in the sugar industry, one way or another, the plans for sugar, the thoughts which the government is putting into place now to close estates, to sell out Skelton, for example, will affect us all. We all, wherever we live, whatever background we come from, we won't be spared what will happen or what will be the sad outcome from sugar. And I say this for a number of reasons. For example, if you export less sugar, it means less foreign exchange coming in the country. It therefore means that the cost of living will go up because you got so many things you want and so little foreign exchange. It means many things we need to live, clothes, food items, fuel, cooking gas, and all the other different things we can think of, that we got to pay more money for it. It means with the closure of estates that more people will be out of jobs. It means that the communities will face more crime and more other antisocial behavior, destitution, probably prostitution and these kind of things. Comrade Hardy spoke about already how the unemployment is affecting communities and the things people are being forced to do and the difficulties people face in their family and their homes. And these things, comrades, will become more regular, more often if this closure and sellout process continues. If we fail to not put up an effective fight. But comrades, I read, I think last week papers, I read the Chamber of Commerce, the business organization in this area, the Central Quarantine Chamber of Commerce, saying, look, they are very worried about what will happen when estates are closed and sold out. The chairman of that body said about 5,000 people will lose their jobs, and he probably is right, or even more will lose their jobs. GAWU has estimated that about 10,000 people stand to lose their jobs. And when you take into account their family alone, you're talking just about 50,000 Guyanese, not mentioning all the other things. But it's not just 50,000 people losing their jobs. It's like the chairman was saying, what it means for business, what it means for the farmers, what it means for the communities. For example, GAWU helps to take care of a lot of the drainage and irrigation in many of the areas they operate. It means that if the estates are closed, or in the case of Skelton sold out, that these things will now have to be taken care of by the NDCs or the RDC. It means that the people will have to pay for it. It means that you either have to pay more taxes or more rates and taxes. Again, your cost of living goes up. And Comrade Lewis spoke just now about the people of Wales. This morning, GAWU held a press conference where these people, a number of workers from Wales, spoke about how it is, not even a year yet since the asset has been closed. And they spoke how difficult and how hard their lives have become. How for some of them, starvation is a real thing. I mean, while some of us probably hear about it and read about it, they're living it, they don't know where their meals are coming from. One of the comrades said, look, I got 2 daughters writing exams and I can't afford to do all I need to do for them to be successful. And they talk about the crime. They said, look, that at certain times of the night, you got to be home or else you'll be robbed. And all of these things are happening. It's real. This is not anybody making up these things. But then you got people out there who are saying, you know, that GAWU is interested in self-preservation, interested in Jews. But it's not GAWU alone who is speaking about these things. There are many other people, and I have mentioned it, the businessmen. And a lot of other people in the papers and so on are writing and saying that these decisions are wrong. But you know what's the worst thing about it? You don't need to take these decisions. You don't need to go in the direction of selling out anything or closing anything. In fact, all the estates together can be viable, can even be more successful. Right here at Skellan, you got the cogeneration plant, which last year, according to what the company told us, they got about $9.5 billion in revenue. And these are a number of things. In fact, I represented GAWU, and you know they had a commission of inquiry for sugar, and I represented GAWU in that commission. And that commission said, firstly, that you must not close any estate. That closure had a lot of effect on the people, and therefore the commission told the government, do not close any estate. The commission also told the government, look, you can save sugar. You can turn it around. It needs a little bit of help, but it can be saved. And the commission told them that, look, you need to go into things, other things, sugar diversification, the commission called it, and said, look, you need to produce electricity like you're doing at Skellan, where you could make a lot of money. I told you Skellan plant last year made $9.5 billion. And you could produce white sugar. There's a big market in CARICOM, 200,000 tons, where guys who can make a lot of money. The people talk about, or the commission rather talk about, having a distillery and having a number of other things, more packaged sugar, bottled molasses, and all of these things. The commission also said, and we've been hearing it a lot, that, you know, we need to go into non-sugar activities, rice and tilapia and all these other things, cattle and whatnot. And the commission said, if you want to do that, nothing is wrong. But do it outside of sugar lands. Don't do it in sugar lands, because you got enough lands in the country. So, comrades, you don't need to get into this direction of closure and sell out. But it seems that somebody or some people are fixed that sugar must be gotten rid of for whatever reason. And then at the end of the day, the people suffer. The untold suffering will happen. And what will happen to the social fabric in society? What will happen to the children's education? What will happen to the dreams of everybody? So, comrades, I want to make a point that a lot of people are saying the union hasn't said anything about sugar, or some people are saying that. But I want to tell you, GAWU made a presentation to the government in February this year. And in that presentation, a lot of the things we said is what the Commission of Inquiry said. And you know, on to this very day, the government or anybody from the GAWU has not said what GAWU is saying is wrong, that it can't be done, and we can't turn around the sugar industry. But like I said, it's a mindset by some people that, look, this thing is not to their liking and they need to get rid of it. And at the end of the day, it is the country and the ordinary people who will suffer. From one end to the other end, no one will be spared. So I want to encourage you, comrades, that like Comrade Hardy, that we need to support the activities that are organized. We need to come out and show and tell those who are making these decisions, look, these decisions are not the right decisions. They're not the right, they will put us on a path which we might never recover from. And it will take very many years and a very long time for us to get back to some level. And I want to encourage you, like Comrade Hardy, to come out and support. Let us put up a fight. Let us tell those who are making decisions that they are wrong and they need to change their positions. Thank you very much, comrades.
Thank you very much, Comrade Aslim.